What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Brutal Planet Comics. I'm your host, Trey the Brute Daniels. Happy Wednesday to you all. It's time for another episode of X-Men 97, Episode 6, Life Death Part 2, which is picking up from where we left off 2 weeks ago. Thank God we're not picking up from last week. Whew, that was rough. But it's a much lighter episode, but this is like a setup type of episode to build on things to come. I still enjoyed it. Let's jump right into it. So we kick this episode off with the Shi'ar Empire at war with the Kree. So this is a really good reference to a lot of old cosmic comics. You even see like Gladiator in the background. He's a really cool character. And Ronan the Accuser, for those that remember the first Guardians of the Galaxy, that's the character in green, Ronan. So, you know, it was pretty good. It was just see what's going on in the cosmic space. It was really fun. So in the midst of these whippings, there's Deathbird, who is the sister of Lalandra, who is the empress of the Shi'ar Empire. She's always had like ambitions to be the empress, and all the other great stuff. And you already know she's going to be the antagonist of the episode. But while she's giving these whippings, Lalandra makes her announcement that she is being engaged to none other than our very own Charles Xavier. And they have a pretty deep conversation about, well, what else? Racism, because the Shi'ar Empire thinks Terrans or Earthlings are less than, and now they're pretty much facing persecution for their relationship. So this is part one of this episode of them going through pretty much everything that Charles always goes through on Earth, being looked as less than because he's different. So it was nice to see it on a grander scale. So that's pretty fun. Meanwhile, in our B part of our story, we have Storm and Forge still dealing with Adversary, which I think 2 weeks ago I said this might have been Shadow King. Yeah, but I definitely was wrong. Dealing with Adversary, and Adversary pretty much just putting thoughts in Storm's head all the time about her really wanting to be human and all that other stuff, and actually has a pretty dope line, which I'm definitely going to share.
You're not an X-Man anymore. Where did that get you? Kissing the hand that beats you?
That line was hardcore. Jesus Christ. Oh, kissing the hand that beats you. Holy crap. Yeah, so pretty much this is all going to be psychological for Storm. It's going to be a whole mess load of torture, but it's up to her to overcome it. Forge manages to get out of bed after his being on his deathbed, and actually able to temporarily defeat Adversary with his Native American abilities and stuff. So that was cool to see. It's good to see that on display, because you usually don't see that in the animated show, so they did a very, very good job with that. But Forge is still dying, so now they have to go on a quest to find a sacred plant that's deep into the mountain so they can make an elixir for him. So it's pretty good. It's definitely something it's building on. Meanwhile, Deathbird is not playing around. She's like, yo, if Xavier wants to marry you, like he's gonna have to erase his memories of his Earth and his family and stuff. So she's basically just trying to usurp the throne, because if he refuses, then she gets to take over and rule the galaxy. And once again, I don't know what's going on with these one-liners, but these Jones have been fire.
Xavier would see his Milky Way ghetto become our new throne world.
You are twisting my words.
This girl ain't playing around. God dang. Milky Way ghetto. That's some hardcore, man. That's something I would say. But you can see the issue. The issue is, oh my God, that's such a hard line. So even the people of the Shi'ar Empire do not want to be affiliated with people that they view as less than. It's very poignant. It's easy for everyone to understand, and yeah, it's relatable. So later on, Xavier and Gladiator have a really good conversation about the nuances between different cultures, and how looking at one as superior or inferior isn't the proper way to look at things. It's basically like Gladiator's literally a stand-in for Magneto at this time. and Xavier feels like filling his own role, and even references how he misses his old friend, and it's a very somber moment, and I think it's really, really cool. But throughout this conversation of how he misses his X-Men, Lilandra comes in, and she's like, "Oh, well, looks like you made your decision," but Charles goes and makes the sacrifice play. Meanwhile, Storm and Forge make it to the mountain with the sacred plant. Forge can't go any further.
Of course!
And of course, there is a narrow tunnel that Storm has to go through because she's claustrophobic. You know, insanity ensues. We jump back to the Shi'ar Empire, and Xavier is taking the oath to remove his memories, all the way up until the point where the High Council tells him to forget about his X-Men, where he then hesitates and, quite frankly, refuses. Well, then Deathbird comes in there to start some trouble, and Gladiator is the man.
Gladiator, arrest this treacherous vulture, and any who dare to stand with her.
Okay. Oh.
My Shara!
Yo. While all the chaos is ensuing, Charles Xavier shows them why he's the real Karate Kid and takes everybody in the room, the High Council, Lilandra, everyone into the astral plane and shows them what's really good. And literally has them all in a classroom setting and tells them that class is in session because some education is about to go down. We cut back to Storm. An adversary has been attacking her, and she's finally gotten rid of her self-doubt. She's gotten rid of the idea of wanting to be human and all this stuff, and lets her power shine once again. And we get a cool costume transformation, and God knows I love it. Yes. Look at that. OG Storm. Yeah. Yeah. OG Storm is back. I love the long white hair, the outfit's perfect. Everything about this Storm works. I'm excited. I'm all in. She fixes to get the plant, helps Forge, and then realizes what happened at Geonosia. Meanwhile, Xavier is educating these cosmic beings, and I'll leave it to this show to give us some more terrifying imagery.
Heavens, no! Dancing, drinking wine, making love. Oh, my children of the atom, destroyed. No!
Okay, yes. So, he realizes he's got to get back to Earth. And, that's how the episode ends. So, oh goodness gracious, this show, man. Oh boy. But it's setting up for a lot of big things to come. So ultimately, what do I think about this episode? This was another good episode. I enjoyed it. I like the 1A, 1B story. Sometimes I thought was diced up in a couple of weird places for editing's sake. But other than that, I enjoyed myself. I like the fact that old school Storm is back. Well, newer version with the black suit, not the white one. But, I still like that costume on Storm. Got her long white hair. I'm all in. And actually getting to see what's going on with Xavier in the Shi'ar Empire, I think that was really cool. I mean, a lot of good things have been set up to culminate what's coming next. So it's got me excited for the next few episodes. So once again, this show has been knocking it out of the park. I am thoroughly enjoying myself. I've got to say, I am recommending this show so far. So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what do you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comment section below. And do those great YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. As always, you guys have been awesome. And I'll catch you all next time.